Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Elevate Your Values Summit, hosted by Dr. Elizabeth Carter. I am going to share my screen so we can get started. I am super hyped that this is going to happen. Let's see. There you go. All righty then. Okay. So again, my name is Kimberly T. Mitchell, and this is Elevate Your Value Conference 2023. Yay! I hope y'all all have your notebook and your pen, and y'all ready to take some notes. So again, my name is Kimberly T. Mitchell. I was born and raised into a loving family. I have an older brother. We went on family vacations. We had great big family gatherings, and we had church every Sunday and Bible study. And right now, I am an author, a past area director for Toastmasters, a certified public speaking coach, and a TEDx public speaking coach. I also hold an associate's in science and a bachelor's in communications. I always tell my audience and my clients to respect the pause, but this time I want to say respect your space. Respect that space from start to now, because that stuff that happened in between, listen, that's what's going to make your story jump and pop and give it so much more flavor. All that now just sounds like words. It sounds almost like bragging points. Maybe it is. However, it makes your story jump. Don't omit that. Keep your space. Respect it. You've been through it. You worked hard to get to where you're going now. So I got more to say, so let's not stay right there. I want to add value to you, and I hope that this conference will help you gain greater self-confidence, self-belief, and overall well-being. Own your power and take control of your life. Achieve more happiness, joy, and inner peace. And I'm so glad that this conference is going on now in the first quarter. I hope that you are able to cope with your challenges after this talk and redefine your purpose by reframing your thoughts. Now, the vehicle that drives you to your destination doesn't always define you. It just shows you how strategic God is about protecting the story He has placed in you. Now, there's a term that I want you to keep in mind, and I'm going to share just a little brief snippet of my story, okay? First, cognitive dissonance. Write that down. Cognitive dissonance is the discomfort a person feels when their behavior does not align with their beliefs. It also can occur when a person holds two contradictory beliefs at the same time, right? Okay. Now, let me share a story with you. When it was time for me to graduate, my mom, my dad, my son, and my daughter was on the way to the college to my graduation. It was a beautiful day. It was sunny and hot. There was thousands of people all around. There was even a sharpshooter at the top waiting for someone to step out of line. And I'm so glad they did. As we parked the car, my mom looked up in the mirror and said, Kimberly, we're going to find ourselves a seat. So you go find your graduating class and we'll be waiting for you. It started out as a good day, then the butterflies started coming in. The butterflies wasn't the good butterflies. It was, will they find out about us? And I wasn't the only one that had those thoughts, because by the time I walked inside the building when all of the graduating class was, I found my group. And then I joined the huddle. We was all whispering, will they find out about us? The administrator came over and said, ladies, you'll have to get in line. Don't you hear your song playing? We're about to go out. She was so excited, but then she saw the frazzleness on our faces and asked what's going on. We said, is Pace University going to put on our degree that we was public assistant recipients on welfare? Now, we was graduating with doctors and lawyers and tech people going to be great. but we didn't know that we were great too, that we work just as hard as everybody else, if not harder, to get to where we are. She said, of course not. Pace University is not sharing their degree space on their diploma with anybody else. And she said some other things that made us feel comfortable, and we felt we could do this. We could get online. So we got online, we lined up, and we sat out there with everyone else. Everybody clapped. And I remember one thing that she said, they're not going to find out unless you tell them. Well, who knew I was going to be a public speaker? That's a part of my story, my journey. That's that space in between that makes the story jump and pop. I have to add that. So, ladies and gents, the vehicle that drives you to your destination doesn't have to define you. It just shows the strategy God has about protecting the gift that He placed in you. I wrote a piece in my book, and it says that I love the notebook and pen. The ink that the pen dispenses does not form anything recognizable just yet until it's in the hands of the Creator. The pen is you, and when you allow Him to hold you in His hand, He will pen the perfect masterpiece, which is you, with grace and love. Now let's get to it. Let's talk about imposter syndrome. Remember cognitive dissonance? We held two different beliefs. We did the work. We did everything possible to make it there. To that point, we believed that we was going to be great. But then there was another belief back there that said, no, you're not. You're not enough. And that wasn't true. So imposter syndrome, it was first identified in 1978 by Dr. Pauline Clance Rose and Dr. Susan Imes. Research shows that 80% of men and women have battled these feelings of feeling like a fraud. Imposter syndrome is when you doubt your God-given gifts, talents, and abilities, and not believing you're worthy of any other accolades. Does these two beautiful ladies look familiar to you? I hope they do. One, you have Michelle Obama, a mother of two, a wife of one, the first African-American First Lady, a lawyer, and a writer. And then you have Dr. Maya Angelou, a mother, a 3-time Grammy Award recipient, and a NAACP recipient, and 9 more prestigious awards, and over 50 published books. But guess what? These young ladies had challenges of imposter. I still feel a little imposter syndrome, as Michelle Obama says. It doesn't really go away, that feeling that you shouldn't take me seriously. And what do I know? And why should you listen to me? Because she felt like she wasn't enough. She said we all have doubts in our abilities and our superpower and what that power is. Dr. Maya Angelou have written over 11 books, but each time she thought, uh-oh, they're about to find out now that I run game on everybody and they're going to find out about me. That's the same thing that we thought. We thought they was going to announce it. When they called our name, they have over 1,000 people names to call, but we think that they was going to put that extra spot in there. You know how they call names at graduation. They call them quick. Now, there are 5 levels to imposter syndrome. One is the perfectionist, who focuses on their flaws and very critical of their work, and also internalized failures. Now, I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand for any of it. I can't see you, so just write it down. You're safe. You're in a safe space, all right? The natural genius, proof that they are imposters because they have to work hard to accomplish a goal. And just like the perfectionists, they set the bar extremely high. They are the ones born with the gift and don't realize their gift has levels. The expert, always looking for new training, always looking for new certifications, setting unrealistic goals and expectations for themselves, and never feeling like they are good enough. Now, there's nothing wrong with setting goals, but don't put a 12-month goal in with a 6 or a 6 with a 7-day goal. You're going to feel like giving up because you're going to be overwhelmed. Now, if you could find another way and just work just as hard and make your goal come to completion just a little bit faster, then by all means. But you're not gonna actually get it done unless you do new training and get some kind of education. Because guess what? When we start out, we only starting out with what's in our hands. Like before a baby learns to walk, they learn to crawl. Before they can exercise those muscles in their legs to stand up, then they exercise in their muscles to walk. So it's good to get new training. You're young in your passion and your purpose. Live that, enjoy that moment. Because again, when you respect that space in between from then and now, you are going to be that much more just appreciative of where you are now. Now, this is Superman or Superwoman who feels as though they need to succeed in every area of their life. They compare themselves to others and feel like they haven't truly earned their degrees. And so they just have to work even harder to prove that they are worthy, that they are enough. But you're proving it to yourself, those thoughts in your head that's telling you that you're not enough. Then there's the soloist. we find it hard to ask for help. Asking for help is a sign of weakness. Always trying to prove their worth to those that do not even matter. Now, do you know all those people on your friends list or your TikTok or your Instagram or your LinkedIn? Do you really know them? Or your Facebook page, social media? I mean, do you truly know everybody? You can't put that much power and weight into other people. God gave it to you. All right? He said it so. He didn't go around asking anybody how much greatness he should place inside of you. He did it all by himself. So we just have to work with what's in our hands, and he will increase it as time goes on. Now, does it really go away? Sorry, no, it doesn't. But it can be managed. Listen to this. Where there is no pain, there is no pressure to push us into purpose. Say that again. Where there is no pain, there is no pressure to push us into purpose. Learning is power. Get your certifications if you want to. Get your trainings if you want to. But don't let that stop you from showing up in the world, because we need you. Now let's talk about reframing your thoughts. Reframing our thoughts. It's when you actively realize negative, unhealthy, and unhelpful thoughts and replace them with healthy, helpful, positive ones. This is a part of the process, unmasking the real, authentic you and preparing you for purpose. You are then able to serve those you have been called to, and most importantly, you. So how can you do this? Well, fact check, of course. I love saying that. Fact check. Show me the receipt. Look at the bigger picture and see if it aligns with your thoughts. Remember cognitive dissonance? It's two contradictory beliefs, right? Do you have any receipts to back up the negative ones? I doubt it. They don't hold any weight. Share your feelings with a trusted friend or a therapist. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small you may think they are. Learn to be okay with failing. It teaches us how to grow and be better. Share your failures and what you learned from them. Build a group of reinforcement. Create a speaking style that is authentic to you. Les Brown has an authentic speaking style. Lisa Nichols has an authentic speaking style. Tony Robbins has an authentic speaking style. You have one as well. Now write this down if you can. Our thoughts become words. Our words become actions. Our actions become habits. Our habits become our character, and our character becomes our destiny. Now, I have some, let me see. I have to check to see. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, I have a few more minutes, not long. So I know that you can watch this on a replay. I have two affirmations I'm gonna give you. And if you want the rest, they will be up here as well. The perfectionist. The journey to becoming is full of surprises and twists and turns. And like the body of water, I'm able to adapt to what may come. I am able to show up for myself and those who are expecting me with confidence and power. The natural genius. There are levels to this anointing. I am a student of life. I am willing to learn as I grow into a bigger picture of who the Creator has created me to be. Every challenge is an opportunity for wisdom and insight. The expert. I am enough. I'm going to go through, I do have a little bit more time, so I'm going to go through the rest, okay? The expert. I am enough. I am learning more about my gifts and who I am every day. I nurture my gifts because it is here to serve me, as well as the people assigned to hear what I have to say. The Superman or Superwoman. Comparing myself to others is fruitless. Everyone has their own superpower. My superpower is, write it down. You bake very well. You cook well. You could hold a family gathering, and every time you speak, they stop and they listen to you. Whatever your superpower is, your sound is very unique. Then there's the soloist. Asking for help is a sign of strength. That means I destroy any limited beliefs that once held me back. I do not have to compete. I am worthy of all my achievements, and I add value to others. So again, if you would like to connect with me, my name is Kimberly T. Mitchell for aspiring speakers or just someone who needs to navigate through life, just knowing how to speak to others. I have a 5 to 10 minute consultation, which is free. You get weekly affirmations to help subside some of those jitters. And you can also subscribe to my podcast, Kimberly T. Inspires. Also, I'm on LinkedIn at Kimberly T. Mitchell, and my YouTube channel is Kimberly T. Mitchell. There's also a test that you could take at testyourself.psychtest.com. It's fun. Find a little bit about yourself or what you already know. Let it confirm. Again, you don't have to share any of this with anybody. Remember, you're in a safe space. Again, thank you for attending Kimberly T. Mitchell, and thank you for attending the Elevate Your Value Summit at 2023, hosted by Dr. Elizabeth Carter. Have a wonderful week, you guys.